Yo, 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 welcome to the Notorious K L B podcast. It's your host, Karma, along with the co host, Blazedoutt and
Yo,
Loko.
yo.
We,
What's
and
going on, everybody?
we also got a special guest from the lovely LH from Arizona. How you doing?
Hi.
So we getting into this episode nice and deep. We got all types of stuff from conspiracy to 21 Savage ripping people off, man. Let's get into this. So
Thank
Do it.
God.
like guys, in all reality, like how common is it that 21 Savage comes to your show, plays you on your own show with his own product? Like, tell me this isn't some marketing genius, right? Because I was really thinking about this. I was like, yo, it's marketing genius. He got his own product, went to the biggest streamer, ripped off the biggest streamer with his product, and then got the biggest streamer to go on the website with his product, with all his people watching on the stream, and got them to see all of his stuff, and still wired him the money back for ripping him off.
Wait, what was the product? I honestly don't know. I haven't heard any of this. I haven't really looked
Well,
at
well, 21
anything to know
Savage.
what was gonna. Mm-hmm.
21 Savage has his own little shop, online shop, and he sells all these different types of products. And he sells the cards that he played Adin Ross with and the dice. And it turns out that the dice were loaded and the cards were marked. So
Every single card is marked.
which is why he beat Adin Ross in the game. Like he already knew he had it in the bag, type of shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He basically
So
finagled him.
yeah, he fucking finessed him. let's
It
just
says
let's
it
just
says
say
they
it
got
like how it
this
is. He
happened on
fucking
February
finessed him.
2nd.
Yeah, let me look up. Let me look up a quick little clip. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find one. But what are you guys' thoughts on this, though? Like, while I look this up.
It said Savage was down 400,000 when fans in the chat took note that the rapper was picking what appeared to be marked cards. Well, Ross was turned away, winning 250,000. The chat quickly alerted Ross, which the nigga then did start looking at the cards. Like there is a clip of them all looking at the cards, and Aiden Ross sees the marks, and both these other dudes say the marks. Like they're scratched, bro. Right there's a little scratch mark. These are marked. Look, Ross said. And it some seemingly left Savage surprised and insistent that the streamer was stripping. And then Savage also uh tried to call the wager off, like, nah, whatever. I'll send you the bread back type shit after he got caught. But if he wouldn't have got caught though, you know.
That'd have been a lot of
Right.
money. God damn. But
Yeah.
these
What
are
did
his
I?
products that he sells, like marked
I
cards
didn't hear
Well,
I
and
he's
didn't
a
hear
loaded
rapper.
dice.
He's a rapper.
No, I
So
know
Yeah,
he's
like,
a
yeah,
rapper.
exactly.
Obviously, everybody knows he's a rapper. But I'm saying like these are what he sells. Like, is that was his intention of like selling like
I
loaded
mean,
dice?
no,
Could have been.
I don't think that it was. But if it was, it would have been a smart marketing move
Well,
on his ploy.
first of all, he said the cards were brand new, and then he tried to say whoever bought the cards bought them from a store, and the store that they were bought from, like they were already marked or some shit. Play the footage. Roll that wonderful bean, dog.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let's watch.
Okay, watching.
You seen his?
Nah, yeah, you see,
See, look, this is him looking. Clips of him looking for marks.
Yeah,
Right? He's
because
looking for marks.
the chat told him that it was the cards were marked.
Right. So
His
he's looking
boy,
for the marks.
his boy that just rolled out a frame was pointing it out on the table. As soon as he looked away, he was like, "That one's marked."
see that mark right there? I'm not tripping, bro. That's a mark.
It's on the top and the bottom. You flip it, it's in the same spot. Like, upside down, the other way.
Like, you see what I'm
Look,
saying?
bro,
See,
I can't listen. I fuck with 21 Savage, but I can't stand lying ass motherfuckers. Like he's looking at
Bro,
the
Mm.
card, acting like he ain't seeing this shit, and
He
it's
was
his
acting
own
like that the
fucking
whole time.
product.
He was acting like that the whole time. I don't think it is. Like, I don't know where we
right
pulling
there,
that.
yeah,
Like,
he
this
only has
niggas,
scratches
those
on
aren't
the face
21
card. See,
Savage
this nigga's
cards.
face
Like,
card
he
would
said
have
he
look
bought
like
them from a
every face
store on the
card has
way in or
scratches.
something.
Only the face card.
There's
hmm.
scratches. Watch. Right there, that's the
But
same scratch
now
right there.
his man's is telling him they're marked.
The ace have them too? Yeah, the ace has them too, bro. The queen has it. See, look. See the six.
That's wild.
Mm-mm. See,
Bro, that is like super wild, man.
Bro, what you
But
got?
at the end of the day, though, like I mean,
At the end of
finessing
the day,
people like
without the
that
chat,
shit.
Adin Ross loses fucking 400,000.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what. It was pretty funny, and then like he slides back like he got offended, like, yo, what you want to do? Like, that's wild.
No, well,
That's
I mean, he
wild.
was saying he does exactly what everybody else does when they get caught. He's, oh man, that wasn't me. I'll make it right with you. I'll make it right with you. Oh man, that wasn't me. That's somebody else done that. That's a setup type
No,
shit.
that's fucked
But it's
up.
a setup. But you knew what cards to pick. That's weird.
Exactly. Yeah. Nah, that's bullshit.
That's
It's
what I would be.
obviously
That's and then I don't know. You know.
no, it's obviously bullshit, and obviously he was out to get that poor guy. But the thing is that like, what can anyone do? He's 21 Savage. He's famous. He got money. He got influence. He got guns. He got people that work for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
Yeah, but
Aiden Ross can do
like the
anything to him.
first comment when the very first videos I saw, the first comment was like, "Yo, if you'd have tried that shit in Boston, you'd got stopped or some shit."
bro. But I bet you though. But I bet you though, hood motherfuckers is gonna be like, ah, he finessed the fuck out that
No,
Of
like
motherfucker.
course.
the hood niggas was saying like if he would have pulled that shit in the hood, he would have got dead. That's why he only does that shit with like crazy like white boys like fucking Aiden Ross or whatever. Because
Yeah.
Aiden
Yeah,
Ross
Yeah,
like
because
true
I
that.
don't
as
really feel
far
like he finessed them. Like what he did was fucking he fucked himself over at the end of the day because now he looks like a fucking
well, I mean,
weirdo.
he
He
definitely
gave him
tried.
the money back. There's no
He
finesse.
tried
You know
to
what I mean? Yeah,
finesse.
he
He
tried,
tried to finesse. Did he? Is it verified?
but
Yeah, no,
Is that Buchan verified?
it's Bukum verified that he wired the money back because
Okay.
Loco sent me the clip um of him saying, "Oh, they wired me the money back." Oh, and there goes your audience member. She went to go play Call of Duty. That's good. Love that for her. Anyways, so the next thing I wanted to talk about besides 21 Savage ripping people off, it's something similar to that. But people are apparently taking your cards and skimming them without you knowing. And I know this is old news, but I just wanted to bring awareness to this because it's like a big thing. And a lot of people aren't using secure wallets, and I think that you should use a secured wallet. A secured wallet, as in like a metal wallet that blocks RFID readers
they
and stuff like that.
yeah, RFID or
You
card
need the
sleeves
Faraday.
that
You need the
protect
Faraday
against that.
wallet.
Right.
And
Well,
actually,
whatever brand, as long as it works, you
Well,
know.
I
yeah,
think that's what it is, right? It's Faraday technology that's in those secure wallets, right?
Well, I don't know. I can't tell you.
it stops the skimmers from actually reading the RFID thing.
Yo, you could send a link back.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
She says she want to come back. She got kicked out because of a phone call. Um, I'm gonna look up right now and see what kind of technology is in there. I believe it's related to the Faraday cage, which is everybody knows what the Faraday is, right?
No, I don't. You can go ahead and enlighten me on that
no, I
while I
don't
go right
either.
back in.
Okay, so a Faraday cage is something like, for instance, if I put a laptop that has a detrimental virus on it that leaks computer to computer, right? We all know how that happens. You go into a building, everything's linked in the building. One fucking PC could pass it onto another PC that could pass it onto the main system. With a Faraday cage, everything in the cage and out of the cage, like nothing can go out of the cage and nothing can go into the cage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nice.
A
Okay.
Faraday cage is a container made of conducting materials such as wire mesh or metal plates that shields what it encloses from external electronic fields. In our experiments, a Faraday cage can be used to prevent external electromagnetic interference, EMI or noise, right? So, like again, you can buy the Faraday back, like you can buy a Faraday backpack to hold your fucking laptop in, to hold your all your shit in, so nothing.
Okay. So a Faraday cage is like basically like a mesh that they put over materials to block RFID reading and other stuff
Right.
like
So
that.
right here, they got the Faraday key fob bag. Remember, I was just telling the homie, I was like, yo, they can scan your key too. All they got to do is walk by you. And if you got a fob, they can scan your key. So they got the
Yeah.
Faraday wallets. They got the Faraday bags. You know what I'm saying? They got Faraday whatever. I'm sure that there's some other technology that they use as well. But what I know is like the Faraday is the best way to block people from getting your shit and to block your shit from getting out. Like it works both on both sides of the cage.
Well, that's why I'm saying like because a lot of people need to know this type of information because obviously our friend got ripped off and we don't want it happening to anyone else. So if you guys are listening out there, get your wallet secured, get your bag secured, get your key fob secured because they're out there and that's how they get you.
That
So
is, man. The world is a very fucking dangerous place, and you guys gotta, play it even safer.
yeah, of
No?
course, like for example, like the reason why um hold on guys. But yeah, that's why you need to stay secured on your line and whatnot. But
So
in all reality, this is another thing that coincides with it too. Like Tesla has been they've been caught. Well, I don't want to say caught, but they've been told to recall their vehicles, and because of safety hazards due to their windows not having big enough signal markers, and also, um, what was the other reason? Something about doors.
all right, so the ones in America we got recalled 6.1 mil with 2.6. I don't want to speak wrong on it because I fuck with Elon. Shout out Papa East.
Yeah, shout out
Two,
Papa E by the pod.
2.6 million Teslas in the US got recalled for having warning indicators that were too small. Another 1.6 got pulled out of China for problems with the door latches and something else.
Bro,
Yeah,
but like,
and to me it sounds like that there's
Are you
something else. That's
sure?
something else.
Yeah, maybe they're like using that just as a cover up, and they're really
Right.
trying to fucking like how like all those batteries like they wouldn't charge when the snow blizzard happened out your guys' way because I'm in Cali. Yeah, I'm not Cali in Arizona, so I didn't get that snow that you guys had. But like all those like there's like how many cars that couldn't charge up because the chargers were frozen, or like where you go to charge your cars, they were all frozen type
Yeah,
stuff.
I think
So
there's
maybe
Yeah.
there's
more to
something
it.
bigger.
Yeah, I
2.
think there's more
Hmm.
to it.
Okay,
yeah,
I was wrong.
it has to be for
2.2
them to
million.
recall that many.
2.2 million. Just so we know that our shit's
Bro,
all
are they
good.
replacing people with cars though? Like, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
If you
What do
gonna
you mean?
recall
What do
my
you mean
vehicle,
replacing people with cars?
Because you
like,
know
I
how they
mean,
have those like they have those cars that drive themselves.
Okay.
Like there's no driver, there's just a car that
Yeah, but
goes.
that
And I
doesn't mean
no,
actually
that
saw a
doesn't mean
clip.
that
no,
they're replacing us though.
no. I'm saying like, is it
No,
more like, are they helping people out with getting vehicles by the time being that they're like out fixing them, or like are they giving them new Teslas that work fine? What's
No,
going on
see, it
here? Are
said
people
what it said
walking?
here. What it said here is all of these Teslas that were recalled were like they just had to update the shit, right? So we
Oh,
know like what do we know about Teslas is like they're mostly electronical and they work off of computers. So like
yeah.
all these recalls that got recalled for the indicators on the light on the windows being too small, they just like brought it
Uh-huh.
in, patched the update that made the fucking thing bigger. You know what I'm saying? So niggas probably got their car back same day. Now China, that's a little different. I'm sure that they have Tesla factories in China, but I don't know how long it's going to take them to issue like all the issues they got in China with the door handle. They said something else, like there were some other problems too. I can't remember exactly what it was.
China just wants to put the invisible
Uh,
the visible quote
okay,
on
so
them.
right
That's
here, okay, so right here, even then, like even with the recall, Loke's a good question, and I could have answered it myself. Even with the recall, the problem will be fixed over the air software update that will require not require Tesla owners to bring their vehicles into a service center. So really, all you had to do is go out there and download the update. Again, that's it.
Oh shit. Well, I'm like literally so outdated with certain technology that I honestly I just had to ask because like I don't know like what if they like took their cars and now it's like there's people out there fucking
I do
struggling.
believe I do believe that they want to replace every car with a Tesla for a certain reason, and then like NASA has this whole like parking lot full of old cars. So when the world fucking goes
It
crazy and
says
Tesla's shut down, because they're not going to be able to like charge their cars, or they're just going to have all these fucking technical difficulties because they're computerized. And then the government's going to have all the like actual good cars that
So
are going to be able to work.
a year ago, Tesla recalled 363,000 U.S. vehicles on the road with then its full self-driving or FSD feature, which is what we are just talking about, the cars that drive themselves.
Yeah.
NHTSA found that these cars would violate traffic laws whilst the feature was operating, traveling straight through an intersection in an only turn-only lane, entering a stop sign control intersection without coming to complete stop, proceeding into an intersection during a steady yellow traffic signal without due caution. They
I
said,
actually seen a video of like one of those cars where there was two passengers and they literally got stuck in the middle of like a traffic area in the middle of the street. And they're like, "What do you want us to get out?" They're like, "No, we're gonna fix the problem." Like that's wild.
it said in December, an over-the-air recall was ordered to limit the use of its autopilot featuring, saying that the 2-year probe had roughly 1,000 crashes whilst the feature was engaged.
Oh.
Would
Yeah,
you
so
guys get
that
in a car?
I wouldn't get in a
NHT
Tesla car. No, I would not get in a
No,
Tesla
NHTSA.
a
self-driving car.
self-moving car.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. Me neither.
So
If I'm gonna die in a car accident, I'm gonna do it in my own hands.
Hmm.
Oh, that was kind of
What about you,
dark.
B? What about you, Loco?
Like,
Y'all
I
getting
mean,
in
honestly,
the car?
like, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. If it beats fucking like, just sitting in the passenger side while we're stuck in traffic, then so be it. Like, I mean, I'm not the one that's constantly, braking and going, braking and going. And I'm only saying that because I live in Texas. The fucking traffic here is horrible as fuck. All right, in Texas, Texas, if you're fucking listening, do better with the fucking roads, please. Fucking potholes are
Yeah,
like fucking moon craters.
I heard. The Texas
Fucking need a
roads are
whole new
fucking.
suspension off a fucking brand new car within a few days, man. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
everything's
yeah,
bigger in Texas, right? Even the potholes.
I know.
So, um, but I'll tell you this: on top of Tesla getting recalled in China and America, apparently China is also working on like cloaking technology. Apparently they've
They
been
sure
working
are.
on it, but they developed it. Like they've
They
already
Yeah.
did.
developed it. And what'd you
They,
say, LH, that they were doing with it?
So well the problem is right now is that they don't want it to go into the wrong hands, but it is actually like there's a guy, I forgot his name. You guys need to look into this, like put it on the screen. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna look
he
into it.
actually made it. And what they're worried about is like them, because not only are they have the cloak where you could put it in front of you and then it imitates anything that's your like the light is what's reflecting the background of where you're standing. So it makes you invisible, but then it reflects the background. So it looks just like whatever, is in your background. But not only do they have that cloak, but they want to start putting it in their like army, like on their planes or something. So
yeah.
just think about like them coming with
if
that invisibility cloak and then them like going into like one of our like capitals or doing
But
some
like,
just crazy stuff. Like imagine the things that could
here-
happen. That's wild.
here's something that you could think about, right? A little food for thought. Uh, all national branches of the military all over the world have also been fucking making something called snakeskin. We use it in our military, and the snakeskin is essentially an electromagnetic field that changes the color and the density or whatever of the fucking bullshit that it's put onto. So you put a tank in the desert with the snakeskin on it, and it's fucking it becomes invisible. So they were saying like
So
they had tanks in the
would
desert
it
that
be
couldn't be
whatever this
spotted
guy's
by
using
radar.
right here? Like, look, this guy's.
This cloak is the same technology
Exactly.
that they
Yeah.
use right now in our army. In our
This is the
military uses
guy that
it right now.
actually made it.
Look at this.
that's
Can you
fucking wild.
can you see this?
Harry Potter's
Yes.
invisibility cloak, motherfucker.
The dude
That's
literally is
wild.
standing in front of a fucking bush type of tall grass thing,
And it
lifted
looks
up the
like he's
little
not even
cloak,
sitting
and
there. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so you see the dots? Pause it.
They're
Pause
called
it.
quantum. This is called the quantum invisibility cloak.
You see the dots
Yeah, I see it right
yeah,
here,
on
right
the
here, right
blanket?
here, right here,
The
right
dots on
here.
the blanket, those are the
Yeah, I
cameras
see
that are
it.
reflecting the back to the front. Those cameras take
Wow.
everything that's behind you and shoot it to the front of you.
That's cool, man. So it takes the image behind you and makes it look like it's reflective in the front. That's really cool, man. That's really neat. That's what I'm talking about. Right. We need shit like that, but obviously this is going to be used for the wrong purpose. They're
Fucking
probably going to use
also,
this for guns and all this shit. The military is going to abuse
there's
it.
a company that sells coats that are
And
made out
not
of the
only,
same shit.
also this just, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but not only is it an invisibility cloak, but they also are like, so you know how they have heat projectors, like, you know, we can like, when you're like at war, they can see the body counts of because of your body heat, right? This
Yeah.
thing fucking, it blocks your body heat.
Oh
What the
wow.
fuck?
I'm
So
not
it's
even
not
kidding.
it,
You
it
have to
blocks
find
your heat
another clip. It's
signature.
yeah. So like even if you were like on the battlefield and you know like it's the United States versus whatever. I don't want to say because I don't want to be a part of all that, and I am a part of it because I'm a U.S. citizen. But anyways, so like imagine they're on the battlefield and they're like, oh yeah, there's nobody there, and they just like start going over there, and all of a sudden, boom, there's just so many people there. Like yeah, we're fucked. We're
All
just
right.
fucked.
Wow.
So I found a little clip here that says the quantum stealth is a paper thin material that bends light around the target of any size, from soldiers to tanks and ships. Moreover, the cloaking not only works for visible light, but also against infrared and shortwave infrared light, which is what she was talking about. Infrared is our heat sensor. That's our heat signature that the military uses to, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, 10 people in that building, drop a bomb on them. And if they had
Mm-hmm.
these, if everybody had a quantum stealth blanket, you would never know who was where.
That they were there. Mm-hmm.
Dude, wait till they make it into like a onesie type of suit. I
Well, there's
know,
already a company. There's a company here called Hyper Stealth Technologies that says they're trying to make a jacket. It's like it looks, this picture that I'm seeing right here, it looks almost like a North Face with the same technology
dude,
in it.
that's
Yeah, I
wild,
think
man. Imagine just wearing some pants though, some invisible pants and running around. Ah!
It says
Ah! Where my
it
legs?
says
I lost my legs. I lost
Where's my
my legs.
legs?
And you're just like running around.
it says it's a
that would
Don't
be
do it around
actually
the
medical.
old
funny.
folks. They're gonna have a heart attack.
Oh my goodness! That man is walking with just his torso.
Old man Jenkins fucking around to find out. But so you know that's something. That's one of the new Chinese things that
Benjamin, go pee.
China's
Go pee,
got,
go potty.
you
Go.
know, hidden in the vault and whatnot.
Yo,
Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't hidden no more.
They've been working on this
It's a
since like
topic.
2009, I think it said.
2009,
ooh,
really?
Hmm.
Well, speaking of countries working on stuff, apparently Australia is trying to develop breathers that converts water into oxygen, and that it's been debunked. It's obviously been debunked, and other people are saying that like it's possible, but science has proven time and time again that it's not. And so they basically just dropped the whole project, but it was called Project Triton. And Loco, what were they doing and stuff again?
oh, they were basically trying to make a device that you're able to breathe underwater without any oxygen tanks. And the guy who actually tried to invent it, and I say try, I'll tell you guys why in a minute, is because the he basically tried to make this device that the it basically came from like a Pokemon episode where they're using this device to breathe underwater, and it's basically almost the same concept. Like it's literally the same concept, but there was a scientist out there that caught basically called bullshit on it and did the whole fucking math uh, and actually debunked it, right?
Wasn't it
And
like 15 breaths per?
yeah,
What was it?
15 breaths per minute is your resting state. Like, I mean, that's a normal human, adult
Right,
human resting state. Like, that's how
and
many breaths you take per
that's
minute.
without agitation, without you running
Yeah,
and agitating your lungs, because then it'd be harder and faster.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's
So he
actually
basically times that, I think times six, if I'm not mistaken, and he got 6 liters, right? And then he got 90 liters, and from that it equaled to what, 24 gallons, and it's basically saying that the device is not big enough or strong enough to be able to convert the the water into oxygen. So basically, what the company and the inventor tried to say was that as long as you're moving, you're able to breathe because it's sucking in the water and
Yeah,
filtering out the
but
oxygen.
wouldn't you have to be moving at so fast, like
Yeah,
unhumanly
you
possibly
basically have to
fast?
move. Yeah, you basically have to move so fast for you to be able to intake all that water into the device for you to be able to get at least 15 breaths per minute, that you wouldn't be breathing 15 breaths per minute. Like you would have, like you would literally exhaust yourself. And when we
Yeah.
exhaust ourselves, like, I mean, obviously we breathe a lot faster and intake a lot more oxygen.
Right. What they should do is find a way to propel ourselves in the water and use that propulsion to fuel that little tank, make the tank bigger instead of
Yeah.
just a rebreather on the face. And
Yeah,
then
I
maybe
feel like
find a
they
way
should.
to like make a tank to just suck up on all the water and make more oxygen from it rather than just a mask.
Yeah,
Cause
I feel like they need to make a helmet though, like a helmet and like some,
yeah,
like, some boosters or some shit like
yeah,
by the
like a
end of
little
your feet.
propulsion system. Like you get
Yeah,
something that propels you using water. Use the water
yeah,
around you to propel yourself, and then fucking have that same propulsion system suck in some of the water and turn it into oxygen. So that way, when it moves, it's moving at a certain speed. It's and the tank is big enough, so you don't have to move 150 miles per hour, as the last theory for the rebreather. You can, since it's a bigger tank, you can technically move around maybe half that, maybe
or
60
how?
miles an hour, 40. And that's possible if you have a propulsion system.
Yeah, it is. It's plausible.
Right, it's plausible. It's
Yeah, it's
Plausible.
Very plausible.
plausible. But yeah, like it was an interesting thing to read up on. That they actually raised over $900,000 to try to see if the product would work. And at the end, there were so many different variables on why it wasn't able to work. So they actually refunded all those people who funded the project back their money.
well, that must
Hmm.
suck,
And
huh?
yeah, dude, like imagine like you're putting so much work into one device. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like already set on it, and then it's like everybody just shits on it. Instead of
Imagine,
that.
taking money from companies and other people to do this, and then having to refund them all.
That's
Here's
what
my
I
thing.
said. Like that's
Here's my thing.
wild.
Yeah,
Here's my thing. When you take money from other companies and or people, that then makes your company a public entity into the fucking right. That's how it works. So
Right.
yeah,
now you have to share all your info publicly, right? So like, oh, it's a bust, it's a bust, it's a bust. What if? Nah, it's not a bust, nigga. We perfected it, but instead the Australian military was like, yo, shut this shit down, send them their money back, and fucking give that to us.
And we'll pay you more
Oh
for
shit.
it.
You know what I mean? Like when you
yeah,
Yeah,
start
it could
talking,
have
when you
been.
start talking invisibility cloaks and rebreathers, like that's the last thing they want on a daily market. You know
That's
what I mean?
true. They
The
don't want
last
it
thing they
out to the
want
public.
is for motherfuckers like us to get a bro. Can you imagine the criminal spike if they just start selling invisibility cloaks on the corner? Like, bro,
Yeah.
like now you can't even see mans. Now
yo,
you're just walking down the street,
two
street
for
looks empty.
20.
Next thing you know, mans
Yeah.
comes out from behind the cloak with a pistol or something. Give me your money. Like, damn, got me. You got me, Harry. You know what I'm
Dang,
saying?
you know where my mind went? To the fucking like
Yeah, that's
smuggling
what.
drugs. Imagine just having a trunk full of
Hey,
fucking
psst, hey,
drugs
hey.
and then that visibility cloak right over it. Just fucking you ain't fucking ever
Bro,
Nah,
catching
because the
nobody.
dog,
drug
the
dealers,
dog will sniff it off. The dog will sniff it off.
Yeah,
drug
but
dealers hiding forever, bro. You just go get crack from an invisible motherfucker on the sidewalk.
Bro,
He just
check
brought us
out.
over
Hold
here.
on,
He just
hold
brought us
on,
I
over
hold
here.
on,
love
All you
hold
hear,
on,
all you hear,
hold on. No,
it.
this.
You
yo,
just go
over
to the
here.
corner. All you got to do is say knock knock, and
And
they'll show themselves.
she was like, "Sh- over here, hey, over here. He's like, over where? He's like, yo, step over here by the dumpster. Yo. And he's
And
just
no,
like,
just pull your hand out,
bag of
and all of
crack
a
hits the
sudden you just
ground.
What
drop
type of
it.
magical Harry Potter wizardry bullshit?
Nigga just throws the bag of
Hmm.
crack out from
Hello,
behind his thing.
Hamora.
All right, well,
That's our
um,
magic word.
that's basically cool. That's going on with technology and all that. But so now that we're done with technology, I will say that there are some things that I want to talk about. Like for example, how Republicans are offering money to Israel. How do you guys feel about that? Because at first everybody made fun of the Democrats, saying, "Oh, they were bowing down to Israel, giving the money." Now Republicans are doing the same thing. So what does that make
Republicans
you feel?
passed the bill to give them military aid, my boy.
Well, also money as well, and not just military aid. It was also money, and I think um I can look it up. Hold on, let me.
One thing that I really would like to say though, like I mean, I personally don't mind helping out and giving a
No, of
handout.
course not.
Not
Of
not
course
not
not.
not necessarily a handout, but like helping. You know what I'm saying, for the right causes. But low key, high key, we need shit to be fixed here in America. Like I mean, our fucking roads. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Schools could have
saying.
benefited,
The homeless
benefited from
problem,
homeless.
the
Like
fucking fentanyl epidemic that's going on. Like,
yeah,
so much that we could help. The United States needs
Only
help,
way,
Yeah,
but we
I
over here
agree with
always
that.
helping other fucking countries. Like,
we're,
no,
And the
no
problem
offense
isn't
to
helping other
nobody.
people, but it's just like we need to help ourselves first.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it's
fix
like
America.
nothing against any other country or anybody personally. Like I mean, I'm not saying that. I don't want to bring hate to the world, any more hate
No, of
than there
course
already
not.
is,
Of course not.
But all I'm saying is like, come on, like we need help too, not just taxpayer money's like really not cutting it
Look, check
because
this
taxpayer
out.
money
Speaking of
isn't really going
taxpayer
to the.
money, senators release $118 billion package that pairs border policies with aid for Ukraine and Israel. I mean, senators on Sunday released a highly anticipated $118 billion package that pairs border reinforcement policies with wartime aid for Ukraine and Israel and other U.S. allies, setting off a long shot effort to push the bill through. Heavy skepticism from Republicans, including House Speaker Mike Johnson. The proposal could be the best chance for President Joe Biden to resupply Ukraine with wartime aid, a major foreign policy goal that is shared with both Senate's top Democrat Senator Chuck Schumer and top Republican Senator Mitch McConnell. The Senate was expected this week to hold a key test vote on the legislation, but it faces a wall of opposition from conservatives. With Congress stalled on approving $60 billion in Ukraine aid, and the U.S. has halted shipments of ammunition and missiles to Kyiv, leaving Ukrainian soldiers outgunned as they try to beat back Russian invasions. Senators have been working for months on the carefully negotiated compromise intended to overcome opposition from conservatives who have tired of funding Ukraine's fight. And this is what I'm saying. Like, why are we funding their fight? It's not our land. It was originally Russia's land. Let
you
them
want to know
take
why
it.
we're funding their fight?
Of
Because they
course. Oh, I
border
know. I
they
know.
border with countries that fucking are part of the UN.
Well, obviously, but the problem is that we just because they border a certain country doesn't mean that we have the right to get involved in
No,
it.
we
Like as long
have
as they
to get involved. We have to
why?
because the way that the Allied, uh, whatever it's called, the treaty that we signed with the UN says anytime somebody in the UN post patrols at borders, we go too. Anytime we need them, they come to us, no matter what. So like Hungary, Romania, all those places that are part of the UN that border with Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? They put their troops on the border to make sure that the war doesn't flood over onto their land. So we have to be there. Now here's
Yeah,
the
of
thing.
course. Now that makes sense, but when we're getting involved in Ukraine, when just because we border their countries and protect them, as long as they're not overflowing into those countries, we shouldn't be getting involved.
Well, that was a lot of people's point of view, right? It's like, okay, we don't want to get involved if it doesn't cross the border. But now the thing is, Like now the thing is openly and publicly, other countries are saying that they're preparing to go to war with Ukraine, preparing to go to war with China or whatever, without any aid from the United States. Because Biden isn't treating the treaty as it should be treated, and they're fearful that if Trump gets reelected, he'll try to back out of the UN like he did last time. Right?
Right.
Which,
Which now, let me
yeah,
tell you something. Like I'm like from a wartime perspective. Like you need allies.
No, of
We need
course.
allies. We shouldn't be shirking out of all of our allies. Like, should we
Y'all
be getting
good.
involved in everything? Maybe not.
No,
But
but
we
we
still
shouldn't
need
be
to
shirking.
respect
We
our
shouldn't be.
allies.
Yeah, yeah. We shouldn't be stopping helping them and whatnot.
Like, I completely agree with what you said, Karma. We should stick our nose out of it. Ukraine and Russia should handle that problem because it's been a ongoing thing for many since they separated. This thing's been going on, and we should just be the fuck out of it. But at the same time, we got to stand ready in case they decide to flood over. Because who knows what Putin will do if he gets the Ukraine back?
yeah,
Mhm.
Well, this is one of the issues that are also that's also leading to one of the immigrant problems in America we talked about in the last episode and the
yeah,
last episode. So
yeah.
it's this is all coinciding, and so it's like it affects us in the long run. Like, I want to help. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I want our country to be a bastion of hope for people that seek asylum and for people that need refuge from war and people that need to be protected. But I also want us not to suffer the repercussions of that. And if we do suffer the repercussions, have a plan at least in play in order for us to counteract the effects, the negative effects of what's going on.
Speaking of having a plan, did you see the governor of Texas or whoever that was? Did you see a little short clip they released?
Greg Abbott.
They said the Supreme Court ruled that the National Guard could in fact come in and take the wall down that they put up. Remember we talked about in the other episode how they're putting barbed
Yeah.
wire and shit up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess
Oh
what
yeah,
they
I did
said,
hear something
they
about
said,
that.
look, they said they could cut it down. Homie said that's fine. We will never stop them from coming in and cutting it down. But you know what the Supreme Court didn't say? They didn't say we couldn't put it back up. So we're just gonna put it back up every time.
That's fine.
That's not
I think
fine. That's our taxpayers' money, man. Like, what the fuck?
I'd say
Y'all
that's
just
a good
playing
use
with
of
us at this
taxpayer.
point.
I think. Yeah, they are playing with our money like Monopoly. But I'll tell you this: I'd rather see them do that than give billions of dollars to countries warring with each other just to support either side. I don't agree with war. Either way you look at it, like I don't agree with war. I don't agree
Yeah,
with.
no,
I think that the wartime is necessary.
I don't think any war is necessary. The only reason it's necessary is because we made it necessary.
Well, I've said this before, and I think I said it back on like the first episode or something, is where you gotta like
have an
understand that the
equilibrium.
freedoms that we have are not given freely to us. We have to do scandalous, shirky shit in the
Now,
Dude,
background in order
even
to get
Donald
these
Trump said
freedoms.
it.
But
Donald
even
now,
Trump
then,
said it. He
y-
said that there's a lot of fucking killers in America, like as in like politics and like people who fucking sent the people to Iraq and shit like that. Like there's a bunch of fucking killers out there that are willing to send you and I to this fucking war for their fucking benefit type of shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
never
don't
fight.
believe.
And my father always said, "Never fight in a rich man's war."
Yeah, I don't
No.
believe that every single war is warranted, but I believe that like the wartime is definitely necessary. You know, we got to do
It's
backdoor shit in order to get that point of
it's a
It's
sad
only
aggression.
reality
necessary
though.
now. It's a sad reality, and it's only necessary in today's age. Back in the day of before
It's the
empires,
worst time
before
now to have it.
I know it is the worst time now to have it because technology makes it a
Because
lot more efficient and a lot more
no,
easy to kill billions of people.
well,
Speaking
not
of
even
which,
that. It's like if you think about who's going to be in our, like, the next generation who's going to fight for, America. There's so many, like all of every American, I swear to God, in every house, there's two people that are mental, and all these guys are claiming mental, I got this mental issue. I got this mental issue. Y'all can't
Yeah.
go to the war. You guys can't fight for us if you got mental issues.
Yeah,
So who's gonna fight
exactly.
for us with all these people being also coddled to? Oh, you got this disability. You're this mental. You're whatever. And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody that has mental issues. I'm not. But who's gonna
No, but
fight for
you're
America?
calling out the people that don't really have the mental issues that just want to say they have it.
Oh yeah, like they're just so I don't know, like we're cuddling these younger generations so much that what's gonna happen in the future when we do gotta go to war, but there's so
I
many
mean,
people that are
Motherfucker,
in a future
motherfucker.
wartime, it would be fought with like machines and robotics, right? Like that's what
Yeah,
I
everything's
Right.
hope
they're
not.
already trying to do shit
Yeah, it's
like
the
that. You know what
Terminator,
I'm saying?
baby.
like they're trying to
Or
phase out
I'll be
real.
back.
They're trying to phase
Honestly,
out real military
John
members to
Connor.
replace them with robots, right?
honestly, America, if you guys are hearing, if you guys ever replace like machines and shit, like at least have it for where like we could like control them with controllers type of shit, like video games. Cause us video game nerds will fucking rock the shit out of somebody type of shit while controlling a fucking
Yo, could you
robot.
imagine, my boy, some Gundams run by like PS5 controllers, my boy?
Yeah,
Bro,
fucking
that's what I'm
Oh,
PS5
George.
talking
controllers
That
are
about,
makes
dog.
me
tight
that
as
makes
shit.
me
I'm hitting
you
somebody with a
guys, that makes me
combo.
feel a little bit more safer because if they do turn into like, we're gonna fight these wars with robotic people and there's so many gamers in this world now. Like gaming is like it my daughter's school is actually putting up a gaming system where it's gonna be like one of the academics they could choose is gaming because people make money from gaming. So it's really
Yeah,
something that's going on. And then you have all these gamers willing to just be like, oh,
bro.
I
How
can
come
do this.
school is getting better? Before when I was younger, school wasn't so fucking cool. Now when
Listen, you
I
don't want to be in school. Listen, don't even go there because you should be thankful and glad that you grew up in the fucking the greatest generation, the last greatest generation
Bro, for
because
That's
the
real,
true.
dude.
kids today do not know what actual like just
But
going
fucking
outside. Oh, we're gonna
gaming,
go
dude.
ride the
But like
bike.
they
We're
have
gonna we're gonna go on the
my
bike to
thing.
homie's house over here. Like they don't know what we had, and I feel
No, of
bad for
course
them.
not. Of course not. They'll never understand that. But I'm just saying, like, if you think about the potential that they have right now, like they're all so lucky to have like these gaming classes and like
Hmm.
technology everywhere. Like they're so lucky. Like if we had half
In
of
a
that
sense,
shit,
yeah, but
like
Bro, if
we
no,
would
I
have
in a
been
sense, yeah,
passing
but
every
it's taking
class.
away from being outside. It's taking away from learning something better. Like we didn't get that, and we should be thankful. That it sucks for these kids because they are being like forced to just like, or not even forced. They're giving this option, or you don't need to go outside. You don't need to do nothing. Just sit here and in the front of the TV and play your little game. Like that's
Yeah.
not cool. Like no, that's not cool.
No, it
on the
isn't.
truth,
I
But
don't think there's anything
the fact that they're teaching you how to make money off of shit like gaming is
that
cool
part.
though.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. That I like. That I was like, that's pretty cool. But
Yeah,
that
that's what's
that that
happening at
just
her.
uh,
that just leads up to like conspiracies and stuff to me, guys. Because like, why are they doing this? Why are they switching everything to robotics? Why are they switching everything to AI? Why this? Why that? Why they hit me with a wiffle ball bat?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So it's
I
like,
mean, the problem with having motherfuckers that love to play video games go out and do shit like all these UAV controllers that drop bombs on fucking schools in the Middle East and drop bombs on fucking collectives in the Middle East. These are all kids that have never been to war. These are all kids that don't know what it's like to take a life. And the way they look at it is like a video game thing, right? Oh, I just fly over, drop a bomb. I don't got to deal with shit else. I was just a controller on the other end. But the problem is, like, a lot of those times we're fucking killing innocent people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So there could be like a lot of there's could be
there's
a lot
gonna
of
be a
mental like a
fucking
lot of mental anguish that comes off the back end if you had just a whole team of motherfuckers controlling something. I agree with the Gundam shit, but for me, like fuck a controller, let me hop in that motherfucker, dog, like they did in the TV show.
Yeah. I
You know what
want
I'm
to be in
saying?
a
bro.
Gundam too.
Control,
Burning
Put me in the
erupting
Gundam.
bro.
finger.
What's that one movie called,
The
man?
Pacific Rim. Oh,
Yes, Pacific Rim.
that's my
Oh my
that's my
goodness
dream
gracious!
job, nigga. That's my dream job.
But for real, except I don't know, man. I don't know about somebody sharing my head. I think they'll go crazy.
I mean, look, that's why I said
Oh
Gundam
yeah,
instead of
that movie
Pacific
was
Rim
dope.
because Gundam they was running solos. Like most motherfuckers hop in a Gundam, go to work. right? Like put me in
Yeah.
that blue wolf that used to run around on TV all the time. Like, that's game, bro.
Oh, you talking about a Zoid?
Yeah,
Zoids, dog, the Liger.
like
That
I'm
was
beasting,
badass.
Put
beasting.
me in that.
But also, every step we make puts us closer to a super soldier, right? They got the
Iron Man
exoskeletons.
type shit.
They got the exoskeletons now, which says what motherfuckers can exert and lift up to like fucking 200 times their body weight. Like motherfuckers that are injured in wartime that shouldn't be walking or whatever, put that exoskeleton on and they're like back in the front of the battle. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all bad. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it could very well turn bad. Like Skynet might could be a real possibility, boys.
Oh, dude, that'll fucking terrify the fuck out of me, dude. Fucking having a fucking 6 foot, close to 7 foot fucking Terminator fucking running towards me at full speed, dog. I'm fucking shit for bricks. I'll tell you that much.
Oh
I
yeah, I
mean,
know that for a fact.
like Skynet, and essentially, right? They like you see it in all the movies. They keep releasing movies now. With like now that that movie's been out long enough, we could probably talk about it, right? The one
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
Teslas go nutty and they start fucking smashing into everything, and like the AI comes to life type
Are you
shit.
talking? Wait, are you talking about that one movie that's on Netflix?
Yeah, what is it called? At World's End or something?
Something like that. But I was seeing, and there was a part that actually creeped me out in that video or in that movie where um, what's this bitch's name? Is it Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
Was she in the movie, right? Or no, it wasn't Sandra Bullock. What's the other one? Man, what's her fucking name?
What movie are you guys talking about again?
The one on Netflix is called The End of the World, I think, right?
Julia Roberts, that bitch. All right, the one with Julia. Yeah, Julia Roberts' kid goes into the kitchen. He's like, I feel funny, and then he like pulls out all of his teeth. Like, yo, they're
Oh yeah. He's
yo, rate.
he wakes up and then he starts like what the fuck? Like he looks sick as fuck and then like starts pulling out his teeth and shit. That shit.
Yeah,
Ugh. That's the type of shit that nightmares are made of.
And I believe
yeah,
that
dude.
Elon said the same shit essentially in front of the Congress, right? Like he essentially said, like Skynet's a very real possibility. If we don't know what we're doing with AI, it could very well fucking escape our grasp. You know what I'm saying? These are all real time problems that could actually happen. And now you see already with just this little touch, the little piece of the AI we got, right? That little tiny piece we got where you can go put into Chat GPT, or you can uh, get your little day trading set up with the AI so it's making money for you, or you can do whatever. Just this little piece, bro. You see how much easier the world's becoming with just a fragment of AI?
Yeah.
No more. You don't need a degree to write code anymore, my boy. The AI will write the code for you.
Yeah.
You don't need a degree to make to do whatever you want to do. In film and photography, you don't need it because the AI will edit the video for you. The AI we could be using AI for this, for the pod, and it would make it so much easier. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but then where's the soul in it? You know?
No, I feel what you're saying, but I'm just saying that's a fragment. What we see on the internet right now for AI is literally a fragment of what the quantum computing AI that they have can do. You know what I'm saying? And
No,
if
of
this
course.
motherfucking fragment can write code that beats every other known code, if this motherfucking fragment can solve math equations that have never been solved, the unsolvable problems, just a fragment, imagine what the whole fucking thing could do. It's not far fetched to see how that motherfucker could jump out ahead of us, come back
No,
around
of
to bite
course
us in
not.
the ass. You know
No, of
what
course not.
Yeah.
I'm saying? Why fuck me?
Oh my goodness, that's technology nowadays is kind of fucking scary.
Well,
It's so scary.
what's scary is fucking um what was it that I was talking about earlier? No, not Bigfoot. It was aliens. Aliens are fucking scary because apparently um they're starting to
Aliens are
show
not scary.
They're
well,
starting to show themselves a lot more,
yeah,
huh?
they're starting to show themselves more and more, and the thing is they're not necessarily scary like ooh monster scary. It's more of
But
like it's
not in
scary.
Florida.
Hey, hold on, fam. Don't talk
Okay,
bad
you know
about them.
what?
What if they're listening to the
Listen,
pod?
right? Look, check me out here. Okay, we're gonna end this today. All right, there's no more Florida
No.
hate. Yes, no more Florida hate. All right,
Okay.
that
And
listen, that
sorry.
aliens are in Florida and they are in Arizona. More in Florida than Arizona, but they're in Arizona.
No, more
Okay,
in Arizona, boy. Stop
There's
playing
a
with me.
I
no.
can tell you
there's
one. I can tell you guys one thing though. I'm pretty 100% sure that they're in Texas too, because a few months ago, man, a few months ago, me and my friend were chilling on my front porch. But hold on, scratch
Are
that
you
real quick.
talking about? Are you talking about your boy Don?
Yo, yes, man, yes, my homeboy Don. He had just pulled up, and this was right when they had announced, a few days after they had announced that aliens were real and that Mexico was in possession of, like,
Ah, yeah,
some
yeah. Su
fossil type of
pinche
shit.
cuerpo. I
Yeah,
know the bodies.
yeah, the bodies. And we were talking about that, and out of fucking nowhere, we were just chilling on my porch, you know what I'm saying? And I have a big clear view of the sky. Like I could see a big chunk of the sky, open air. Like I see planes, I see helicopters, I see them all. All right.
Mhm.
I know what a helicopter sounds like. I know what an airplane looks like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know I'm
You're
just
well
being
versed.
100% about this shit right now.
Right.
I kid you guys not. I look up and I see something basically not zooming by, but kind of like hovering in a straight line. No sound, nothing. And I was baffled, guys. Baffled. Like, I mean, fucking shook to the point where I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? My homeboy looked up, and what we both seen was like this pyramid type of prism flying fucking object
Illuminati
just
confirmed.
zoomed
Hmm.
right across the sky, like in a straight line, not a sound. It couldn't have been a drone. It couldn't have been a helicopter. It couldn't have been a plane. And it couldn't have been one of those stealth jets, even though that I know that, like,
And it wasn't butter sausage.
it wasn't buttered sausage. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Karen Busey fucking flying over my house type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Talking about, you guys want to talk about buttered sausage?
there's two different sides to that alien conspiracy bullshit. I just heard some shit earlier that was pretty interesting.
What is
Uh,
that?
they said there's a clip on the Rogan pod, I think. I can't remember who the dude
Oh,
was talking.
actually, yes. Thank you for that. You reminded me.
I can't remember the dude who was talking, but here's the thing I was talking about. So man said back in the day, we'll take it back to Reagan. Back in the Reagan, since the Reagan administration, and even before that, they've always wanted a one world order, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Problem with the one world order is what? That there's only one high table, which means a shitload of motherfuckers are going to be put out of jobs. A shitload of governing bodies in different small countries will be put out of jobs. So everybody's against it, right? We want to run our own shit, own nation, own whatever. So
Hmm.
there's one way. This dude was saying on the pod that there's one way to make sure that everybody would be about it. The only way a one world fucking like a one world governing body works is if everybody agrees with it, if everybody's on board. And the only
But
way to
what
make the
episode
whole,
was this?
I have
Because
no idea,
that's
bro. The only I could look it up in a second, but the only way he said to make it happen was have the one world order. Like you got to be unified front. How do you unify the whole world?
You scare them
You
with
give them a common
otherworldly
you
shit.
give them a common enemy. So instead of fighting each other, now we're all fighting
aliens.
what? The sky. So that's what they said. So what they said is like not only so the UFOs, homie said he used to believe in UFOs. He doesn't believe in UFOs anymore because he believes now that they're all government made. He said the reason he believes they're all government made, the reason he believes they're all government made is because he believes that the government is going to a bunch of governments actually are going to make like make a fucking alien invasion happen. Right? They're gonna
Yeah,
stage an
isn't there like a
invasion.
project or something like that people talk about all the time? All the conspiracy guys, they're like, "Oh, it's Project Bluebeam."
Some shit where
Yeah,
they're gonna stage an
yeah,
invasion so that way everybody agrees that we need to fight the common enemy and have a one world order type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's so crazy
basically,
because when Loco was saying his story, I was thinking like the whole time, like the government wants you to see this, but for what? That's so wild.
And
for what?
that's
For
And
probably
the
the
why
for
reason.
that.
me? Why me, a Mexican guy from Texas? Like, why did I get to see
Because you're
some
part
shit
of
like that?
a podcast, millions, like, there's people that are going to listen to this and be like, dang, he
Well,
really did see one of those things. And
yeah.
it's just like any person that's going to see that is going to talk about it. Talk is what's going to get around. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Of
they want
course.
Yeah.
the average person
I
to see
helped
these things so
their
that they could be like, look,
agenda.
I even saw that shit. I'm
I
going to
helped
believe
their
you
agenda by
before I
talking
believe
about
any
it.
fucking official person.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't think
like
you pushing the agenda just by speaking on it, but what I do think is that it's possible either way. I've said before, I'll say one more time definitively. I think it would be outlandish of me to not believe that in this huge, vast ass universe, there's not other life out there. We can't be
Of
the only
course.
ones. But at the same time,
Yeah, of
I could
course.
see how the government could be using this to their advantage. I could see how that would work. Like it made sense when the dude was spitting it. I was like, yo, he's talking facts. It's not gonna
All
make
right,
sense to
let
me.
me see. Let me see if this is the video because I pulled one up. It was like about 6 months ago. Let me see because I don't know if it was recent or years ago that it came out, but let's see.
You know what I mean? So like it was plausible to me. Like the average
Our
motherfucker was
leaders are
like, yeah, okay,
human,
maybe. No,
and
that's not the
humans are
case.
culpable and hackable, and it's easier to invade a country or take over a
That's not
country
the dude at
by
all. I'll see if I can
just
find it.
control the leader. You control the country, so there's clearly a pressure there. There's obviously people who would love to do that, and probably would try, and have probably succeeded a few times, meaning that our understanding of democracy as like the president represents the people, it's like totally wrong. That in fact, it's potentially someone being controlled by people you'll never meet or maybe never even knew existed. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's creepy. That can't be true.
Well, it's got to be true. Because if it was, well, they would never, if you had an enormous organization that controls everything, you
Yeah.
control everything in the country, would you really let a new person just run it every 4 years
Right.
in whatever way they like?
Right.
Wouldn't you, if you're there forever, you're there forever. You're not there for 4 years.
Yeah.
You're running the various agencies and like, wouldn't you make sure over time that you secured enough?
That's so shady, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about
it
shit like
it
that.
it honestly does because like I mean once we're talking about a whole new world order and everybody working as one type of shit under the same whatever the fuck you're trying to push. Like the Project Bluebeam, I heard that they were gonna start off by like supposedly like putting up like a new project. They were gonna project shit into the sky,
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Let's see. Let me see if I can find.
and once they
Hey, you
projected shit
guys,
into
at the
the
hour
sky.
mark, I'm gonna pop off. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, yo, you have a good night.
Thanks for coming
Be
through.
Yeah,
safe.
bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime, all the time. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer because you guys know I love
It
conspiracy
was
theories. But
Eddie Bravo talking about it.
Eddie Bravo. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that guy's on the pod quite frequently, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a recurring guest.
the one I see here
The
is
Joe Rogan Experience.
That's another question.
Okay.
If, let's say, Donald Trump just said, I'm going to fucking make an
Is this it?
maybe.
oh, and I got a phone call now.
announcement. We're going to have one comedy tour, and just one, and they wanted to put you guys in the comedy tour, and Trump said, we can
What are
fill
you
stadiums.
talking about?
Would you do it?
No,
Why
Would you
would
jump
I
on
do
it?
that? I
No?
don't,
the
I
one
don't
I
do
see
anything for
here
anybody
says
like that.
No?
Eddie Bravo
No, I'm not doing any
explains the
shows for-
space
why
is
would-
fake
No,
conspiracy.
like as the first show.
What'd you say?
Eddie Bravo explains the space is fake conspiracy. Try that one.
Okay, let me see.
I think this
You guys
Is
are
that
gonna
bad?
hate me for this.
What?
You know
What?
what I want? I want 1.5
one example, Eddie, of why we should believe the Earth is flat. That's what I
Are
want.
you kidding me?
You son of a bitch.
I want it so bad, and I am high and drunk.
I don't. We can
And
talk
you
about
guys want it
flat Earth
too.
as long as it's a joke and it's funny.
I'm
Because
cool.
if it gets angry,
Dude,
then it's not fun.
I'm not married to that. It's round.
If it's jokey,
I'm not married to it.
And I want you to-
Jokey.
Convince me that it's flat.
There's no way I could do that, man.
God, really? There's
It would
not
take-
one
it would take-
example?
It takes about a year and a half of like one
Year and a half? That's too much.
Very hard. The indoctrination's so strong. You look at your son's cartoons, it's all space. I look at all my shit, all the shit my son likes. His everything is there taking space.
Star
I'm doing
Wars.
research on this currently.
Space.
I want to direct everyone to hashtag space is fake. 'Cause I've been doing research
Yeah,
on
check
space
that
being
out.
fake.
Check
Is that real?
out.
That's a real site?
Yeah, hashtag space is fake is something I'm investigating for my next hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for legitimately looking deep into
Dude,
people
flat
that
Earth- there's
flat
so much
earthers
material
mock
there.
them.
There's
Flat
so-
Earth is like, what? Space is fake. What?
No.
You dumb
You flat
motherfucker.
earthers like
it's the
flat
same
earthers
thing.
chill.
No, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong.
Is
Well,
everybody
Eddie,
that
I've
believes
got to
the flat-
think this is not
everybody-
very organized.
No, what I'm saying is,
Is it me or does Eddie Bravo sound like fucking Steve-O?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know if this is the right video either. There was one. I think this might be it, but there was one where Eddie Bravo was talking about like how he went on. You could see that there's videos like of Rogan. He said as far back as Rogan, like you could see videos live where he says like the only way the whole world will come together is under a one world post invasion type
Yeah,
shit. Like alien
that's
invasion type shit.
gonna be a minute to find that, and we're already at the 1 hour mark. But with that being said,
but it
guys,
is crazy.
stick around next time for the next episode, man, and we'll be back.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Bye.